Hey folks, it's been quite some time, but OpenClaw has just released a free new update that drastically improves quite a few features. So in this video, we're going to deep dive into both what happened in 3/22, so March 22nd, and March 23rd. These were released very quickly after the other, so I feel like it's good to bundle them together. And there's quite a few features that I like, and a few kind of breaking features that you want to be aware of.
Yes.
So let's get started. Let's just deep dive. Let's just talk about my favorite feature right now, which is there's a by the way function that you can do right now. So this directly applies to any OpenClaw. And I think have you ever used by the way before?
Yeah, I have actually. Just midway, I'd ask something that is slightly irrelevant, but I don't want it to interrupt the operation, the workflow that it's doing.
Exactly. Especially if you have multiple agents, they're doing presentations for you, they're doing research for you. You can be like, oh, by the way, how are you accessing this information? Or by the way, when's my next coffee appointment? So I find this actually extremely really useful. So the quick way to use it is just /btw. And you can just ask a question without interrupting the workflow, and I'll just give you the answer.
Yeah.
I did find that on Discord, to enable commands, you have to do it manually in the server first. So it just depends on which platform you're on. But if it doesn't work for you, well, just a few server settings. But I find this extremely, extremely helpful and I've been using a Claude Code for a while. So I know I'm quite a control freak. I'm like, by the way, how exactly are you doing this? Don't gaslight me, but by the way, don't gaslight me. How exactly are you doing this? And I feel like this is a big, big life-changing improvement for people using OpenClaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a few security updates as well. There's a few pain points. I think this is a compilation of.
Yeah. So first and foremost is the runaway token usage and session bloat. So before the 3.22 update, people still reported that every message in a session was sent with every new API call. So that really ramps up on your token usage.
This is especially true if you're using a state-of-the-art model like Opus.
Yeah.
It gets expensive over time. So yeah, these bug fixes are much appreciated.
Yes, with proactive context compaction. So even until now, we still notice that the memory stuff of OpenClaw is not 100% solved yet.
No.
But they are actively working on making it better every single update. So don't assume that, one update, they're going to fix everything. But so far, so good.
So far, so good. Yeah, we're using front of state-of-the-art stuff. It breaks a lot. And I've seen this happen too. They're trying to constantly improve how agents sometimes die.
Yeah.
We've encountered this problem. Oh, hey, make a presentation for us. 10 minutes later, nothing.
Yeah.
So now you have two tools to do it. One is, them fixing it. The second way is just ask, by the way. By the way.
Yeah.
By the way, are you still working on that? By the way, are you still working on those presentations? I haven't seen slides for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
By the way. So these really just help you with your day-to-day tasks. I do want to say security was a big one. So security gateway drops were a pretty big one in the last few updates. There was also Nemo Claw, which was released by NVIDIA with in partnership with OpenClaw.
Yep.
This is really geared towards enterprise users. So you can kind of see where it's going.
Yep.
I would say don't rely just on OpenClaw security updates. Try out Nemo Claw. You can just actually try it out now and just click a button and tell your bot to just connect to it, and it actually helps with enterprise security. So I should not try it out now, I guess. It's install agent and tell your agent, help me install Nemo Claw, and that usually helps on your agent side as well. There's a few breaking changes, I would say. So by the way, side questions. There's a few breaking changes with how OpenClaw deals with web searches.
Yeah.
So this really applies to people who use browser control. So sometimes if you want to ask your agent to browse a website, I don't know, have you tried that feature?
No, not at all.
Not at all. And there's a good reason for it.
Yeah.
There's a good reason, because previously browser control was a mess. You constantly had disconnects between your browser. So say, for example, I was trying to ask OpenClaw to just book a plane ticket for me. This was the most aggressive.
Did you actually?
I did, but I didn't trust it, and it constantly broke. It constantly broke on login pages. It constantly timed out. So they kind of revamped how the browser system works, the relay extension works. So it does break a few. If you guys set up browser control, expect to see some breaks out there. Could happen.
Yeah.
Second is a minor update. This is a headline feature, but I don't really think it's that headline. Where right now, if you install, you directly access ClawHub if you use any of the installations for your skills or whatnot. So skills are really powerful in terms of making your OpenClaw more useful. Like there's summary skills, there's obsidian skills, there's skill making skills. There's a Nano Banana Pro skill. I'll talk about that in a sec. But now ClawHub is the default install package manager as opposed to NPM. NPM was a little bit less secure. Now it's, they kind of locked it down into their own ecosystem now.
Yeah, right. Less malicious skills.
Less malicious skills, hopefully. Fingers crossed on that one. So remember, guys, they're still using state-of-the-art. There could be still, security issues with ClawHub.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely view the website first. Look at how many people are using it and the reviews if you want to, or build your own skill. I still feel like that's probably one of the strongest points. Lastly, I would say as well, there was a change with how image generation is made. So if you guys previously generated images with Nano Banana Pro, they changed it now so it's more universal. Bring your own model type of thing. So if you have something set up with that, you might expect some changes on that front.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too much, but not too much else. It's just like a lot of security hardening. We probably did lots of patching, lots of security updates, lots of pairing issues. I feel like they spent a long time stabilizing a lot of the models here.
Yeah, and 23 came out just, I think, about 8 hours after 22 came out last night, and a lot of these are also security hardenings. No new features with the except for Mistral model limits, so you can lower it to safe budgets with OpenClaw Doctor Fix repairs.
Yeah, so it's not too much other things else. I think, by the way, is probably the most headline features in terms of practical use.
Yeah.
If you guys want to update, there's two ways to update your claw. So one is just directly telling your agent, hey, update yourself. The second way is to go onto console. So if you're on Mac or on your Linux, just OpenClaw update. I actually generally prefer doing it this way.
Yeah.
The reason why is because sometimes if you have plugins installed and it's breaking, you'll be alerted during this installation process. I mean, obviously, I think in 4 or 3 months down the line, everything will be automated, everything will be amazing. But for now, it's still the manual approach sometimes still works, and it's not that much of a hassle. I do have to say that whilst OpenClaw is not really getting updated out like super aggressively, I see like the whole ecosystem catching up. So recently, the biggest news announcement today was that Claude Code can directly use your computer.
Yeah.
So they're kind of duplicating on these OpenClaw features. So there's a lot of updates, and we'll update you guys and tell you, what's happening. But this actually reached, I think, 16 million views. Actually, and just more like these. It's like, and Claude Code can now access files on your desktop.
Yeah.
The same thing with Madness. So I see like this whole space becoming really exciting because, part of what we want to use with AI is for AI to simplify our lives. Go rename our PDFs or whatnot, right? So I see a lot of competition, and I see OpenClaw kind of trying to keep up with the pace of competition because they're kind of the leaders in that personalized space. So yeah, that's around it for the updates. Update, try it out. Also, if you guys want to try out OpenClaw very simply, well, we actually do see KiloClaw becoming one of the best ways to do it. So it's like literally 1 minute install your OpenClaw, and you can get the latest version up there, so you can check it out and check out our latest video on that. And on top of that, we have just connect here, and you can just play around with Claw. And this is actually quite useful if you want to even try an update. Like, I guess this is very techy, but if you want to try an update first, you can try it on the cloud and then move it onto your own system. I feel like that kind of helps some people too. So check out our new KiloClaw video, and we also have BoxminingAI.com, where we give you guys the updates and everything that's happening, but with a Windows 95 skin. I thought that was always a little bit fun, so you can see how to install it and also the models that you use. There's a few updates I pulled overnight. So with that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope this guys keeps you updated on OpenClaw videos. Make sure you follow, subscribe, do all the cool stuff. With that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next one.
Peace.